Do you have that song goes beep beep boop boop? You got that song that goes beep beep bop boop bop bop beep boop bop? Do you have that? Hey, oh, hey, hello. Talk lore to us. Ah, with pleasure. Hey, what's up, Love Broken? Hey, Holstein. Hey, Potato. The gang's all here. So this is going to be a little bit of a different stream than normal. You couldn't tell from the music. I actually quite like D&D. It's a pretty good genre. Anyway, how does... Whoa! Whoa! Thank you for the host. Gracias, muchas gracias, La Broken. Alright. So, how this is gonna go down. Oh, hi, Carmelita. I keep forgetting she's there. I will present short bouts of information, which I don't expect you guys to understand. Oh, let alone remember. But it makes me feel better. So therefore, I will do it anyway. I may or may not have been doing animation. Disregard that. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. I ate way too much fucking food at Panera. Holy moly! I ate way too much fucking food. I went to Panera with my friend, and I usually get a grilled cheese with a large chocolate chip cookie. Well, it's not really a large. It's just called a chocolate chip cookie, but it's like the size of my fucking face. And I get a smoothie, and they give you a bag of chips as a free side, which is really nice. But it was like rush hour at Panera, because we went at fucking noon. And usually the cookies come in a wrapper. Oh, hold on. But the cookies didn't come with wrappers this time. So I felt like pressured to eat it. So not only did I eat like 2 really thick grilled cheeses this size, so like this much grilled cheese at like this thick. I also ate a cookie fucking this big around and a smoothie like this large. So I did my best not to nap because I've been trying to get my sleeping schedule back on track. Anyway, I will present short bouts of information, and we will take short breaks for like questions to let the information sink in, and just to like goof around. Because if I just make the whole stream just a stream of consciousness, no pun intended, that's not going to be really entertaining. And Twitch isn't. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it's kind of an entertainment platform. So, yeah. Without further ado, we first have to talk about what does it mean to live on Jupiter? Because I was thinking about this. I was kind of thinking about this. So let's say I'm trying to tell you sailor comedy. Hey, what's up, like Lester? Let's say I'm trying to give you sailor comedy. You wouldn't understand it because you don't know. Let's pretend you don't know what a sailor is, or what an ocean is, what a boat is. So yeah, or like what a boat does in the ocean, or what sailors have to do in order to survive on a boat in the ocean. Oh fuck, you're right. Oh, I didn't think of that, Potato. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm wearing my NASA shirt. Hold on. Let me show you guys the cool outfit I'm wearing today. I got bell bottoms. Wow, that's pretty nifty. I love bell bottoms. We're talking about about ROJ. Alright. So let's talk about what it means to live on Jupiter. It's gonna be kind of meandering because I want to keep you guys' attention. Alright. So I'm a little bit zoomed in here for a good reason, because I don't want to use the whole fucking canvas to show like one thing. Alright, so let's just get this brush out. So Jupiter, right? What's Jupiter made out of? Well, it's a really big fucking planet, right? It has a lot of clouds. What are those clouds made out of? They're made out of something called molecular hydrogen. And the reason why that's important to know is because there's not really any oxygen on Jupiter. Not naturally, at least. And Jupiter's also really cold. So you have hydrogen, and it's like negative 180 degrees outside, and there's no oxygen. Wait, hold on. So how do you live on Jupiter? Oh, you do know it! I forgot, you guys would know what ocean. Oh shit! Well, the cities on Jupiter are like these domes. Well, not all of them are domes, you know. It's like a big series of rockets. Well, not really rockets. It's just kind of like big airstreams. Think about how those fancy spy planes work. They suck in the air and push it out, and there's a lot of heat because heat makes things rise. So, you know, heat. Oh god, no. I was thinking of Fahrenheit. Heat? Very good. This is still pretty cold, but compared to the surrounding environment, 10 degrees is pretty good. Oh, yeah, let's not save this. So, how they get oxygen. Jupiter has these 3 cloud layers. Most cities are way above the clouds. Like, holy moly, way above. You have the first clouds, and that's ammonia, aka not something you can breathe. And then there's, oh god, I don't remember it. There's some other chemical, let's just call it M. Yeah, M with yeah, M. And then there's water clouds. There's actually H2O way down here. And it like hails and shit. But there's a bunch of like ammonia hail as well. And let's call this methane. That's why I used M. Methane. It sounds like a cute gamer name. So what they do, they have like little workers go all the way down to the water clouds, get the H2O, and bring it all the way back up. They suck the they suck the oxygen out of the H2O, and then they spit out the hydrogen. But that's okay, because most of the air is hydrogen. Oh, you didn't miss much. You just missed like the 3 cloud layers. So you have the 3 cloud layers. The cities are up here. You have ammonia. You have methane. And methane is another. It kind of goes on with diver lingo, which we'll go into diver lingo way further down in the lecture. It's another name for a really complicated chemical. And then here's the water ice clouds. So these are cloud layers. Actually, let me draw the entirety of Jupiter's atmosphere. So this represents kind of like the beginning of the atmosphere. This represents something called well, actually, it represents the bottom. That's all I'm gonna say for right now, just to keep things simple. About halfway, here's the common skies, that's where the cities are. And then here's like the cloud layers. And then there's something else. So, a long way down. It's probably not to scale, but who cares? So that's generally the type of chemicals and environment that they have to deal with. And on Jupiter, which brings us to the main point of the lecture, right? The divers. What exactly are divers? Well, let's pretend that these are cities, right? So this is where the cities are. That's called the common skies, because 99.999% of people on Jupiter live in the common skies. That's why there's all... Oh god. Uh-oh. Oh! The FBI has gotten to me for relaying this information to y'all. Oh god, where am I? Oh, right, the common skies. A diver, let's say that this is a fourth perspective, so this is like a diving platform. It doesn't look exactly like this, but let's pretend that's how it works. You're a human being, right, who wants to dive into the abyss of Jupiter. Well, we went over how the cities do it, right? They have all this complicated machinery, you know, they make it hot, they have oxygen, and they have the power, like renewable power sources to do that. But, what about a human? What does it take for a single human being to survive Jupiter's atmosphere? Well, what's 3 things that they need? Well, they need oxygen, and preferably they need like a primarily nitrogen air with 21% oxygen. You know, normal human air. They need to stay warm, because again, it's this cold outside. I know, yeah. I'm telling you, like, super forbidden information. The FBI does not want you to know this. They're actually tracking me down as we speak. But luckily, I'm super hidden, so that was them looking for me, those sirens, but it's okay, because I'm actually, super hidden right now. They can't just wear, like, a summer coat, or, sorry, a winter coat outside and be warm, you know. If you try to go outside with just a sweater, your face will look like this. So what does a human need? Well, diving in general, and this goes along with racing, they need a special suit. So let's just draw a human. Before I continue, are there any questions so far? I don't want to go too fast and throw too much at you. Oh, she's looking very skinny. But, you know, she's fine. Here, yeah, sure, I'll save this. I'll save it as GG. Alright. So a flight suit is something... Oh, and if I continue and you're like still typing, don't worry. You can just post any questions you want in the chat, and I'll get to it whenever it's like appropriate to do so, or as soon as I can. So don't think I'm trying to ignore you. Pi, I have a red dot laser for my head. Should I run? No, that's just my my patented my spy camera. So it's actually not the FBI, it's me. It's making sure that you won't do anything wrong. Oh dear. Alright. Alright, flight suits. Actually, let me write that down. Write that down, Patrick! Write that down! Flight suit. Question. Why would going outside give people exercise? Oh, you're right, that does sound horrific. I know, right? Yeah, like what if snipers actually did have... Oh yeah, don't you worry. It's not the FBI, it's just me. Okay. Okay. So flight suit basically equals way to survive outside. Flight suits typically, we're going to talk about a few different kinds of flight suits. Actually, let's start role-playing. So, let's pretend that you, yes, you, right there. So you're an entrepreneur, cloud diver, or cloud racer. You know, you gotta learn the basics of cloud racing. I know all this information. I just haven't rehearsed about how to relay it to you guys. Oh, flight suit equals survival. You're not gonna survive more than once. You only get one survival, sorry. Oh, me? Yes, you! Okay. So, there's a few different altitudes. See, flight suits kind of vary on altitude and latitude, right? Because longitude is the long way, latitude is the up and down. On Jupiter, the more north that you go, the hotter it is. So let me draw that. Or actually, the more north or more south. The more towards the poles you go, the hotter it is. I think it's like, I don't know. Don't quote the temperature for me. I'm not a space scientist. I look on Wikipedia, for God's sake. So the equator, the mashed potatoes here, that's cold. Here, it's hot. It's not like cook a turkey in the oven sort of hot. It's just like hot compared to the cold. And the lower down you go into the atmosphere, the hotter it will be as well, because Jupiter makes its own energy, because it's basically the sun, but the sugar-free version. It doesn't like doesn't do fusion stuff in the core, but it's still like hotter the closer you get to the core, because there's like so much churning down there. It's actually really scary. So, yeah, altitude and latitude. But typically, the standard flight suit will be rated for the higher skies, and doesn't really depend on latitude, because it's still cold on Jupiter no matter where you fucking go. Like nowhere on Jupiter can you safely go outside without any sort of protection. And if you're diving or racing on Jupiter, you need a little bit more. Like if you're just like going outside, you can get by with like wearing a nice sweater. By sweater I mean very heavy coat, you know, an oxygen mask. Your face wouldn't need to be protected, but it's still ungodly cold outside, so you wouldn't be out there for long without like full-on PPE. So let's talk about the standard flight suit. Oh dear. Oh, hold on. Let me get a proper brush. Role playing? Wait, hold on. Ooh, I don't know. This chat can be seen by everyone. Waxtail. Real question. Why are the flight suits look like designer BDSM other suits? Well, actually, we'll get to that. Those flight suits are actually called depth suits, and they are only used by the most elite. Oh, hold on. Actually, those are only used by the most elite and professional of cloud divers. In fact, they are way more commonly used by racers, because racers are... Well, let's actually talk about diving versus racing real quick. So, let's say we have two people. So now, wow, that one's really quite well endowed. A diver just dives. They just fucking yeet! and they dive into Jupiter's atmosphere. Now, typically, there's gonna be, like, you know, people on the lookout. Like, divers aren't just suicidal. There's people awaiting them at the target depth. But as opposed to, like, water diving, where you just, like, go down and go back up, typically with diving on Jupiter, you don't really, you need help getting back up. Alright, now what about racing? Racing is typically done on creatures called skyfish, and they're like really long, and they have wings, and they go whee! And they're basically dogs, but with wings and snake bodies. That's it. That's all there is to a skyfish, and they go meow. Racing is actually kind of a misnomer, because they don't really race per se. They just do tricks. In fact, what I mean by that is that there's a more competitive aspect. I've died. Did I get upbeats? Oh yeah, about Jupiter. Because it's a gas giant, right? There's no solid surface. So, if you go down, you know, let's say you have life support, you know, you have like a professional low altitude depth suit on, which is those latex looking suits. You would be able to survive until you hit something called the suicide barrier, but we'll get into that more later on in the lecture. Yeah, actually so the reason why they're called skyfish is because the first time that I ever drew one, I was like, we're calling it a skyfish because it sounds cool. It's a fish-looking creature in the sky. But when we were drawing it, it just looked more and more like dogs. In fact, let me see if I can fetch a skyfish for you guys, for you to look at. Oh, this is a good one. This is Garium's skyfish, Guillerme. So Guillerme, there's a few different breeds of skyfish. Oh no! It cut his tail off! Holy shit! Oh my god! Anyway, Guillerme is Nordigal, I think. He's a lower altitude skyfish. But yeah, they're doggies, but with wings and a long snake-like body to go meow, but also they have a weird form of locomotion, but it works. Alright. Oh, let go. Let go of that. Alright. So a standard flight suit. And I should have said this a little while ago. Actually, fun fact. I don't know if I was gonna do this in this lecture or in another lecture, but the animals, all of the life on Jupiter was engineered by humans. Hopefully some, like, crackhead doesn't take it out of context. They're gonna be like, oh shit, there's life on Jupiter! Anyway, in ROJ, all of the life on Jupiter was engineered, at least initially, by humans. And without going into detail, because I still want to talk about the flight suit, their bones are made out of vinyl, like the plastic. So it is kind of elastic. Life is plastic. You can brush my hair. Take me anywhere. What? There's life on Jupiter. Oh shit! Some people want to believe so. Oh shit! Unreal Tournament. Nice. So let's draw very quickly what a standard flight suit would be. So standard flight suits, they're used... Oh, right, the thing I was gonna say. So, within the playing field, right? Like, typically within the space in which people dive/race, everyone's gonna be up here. Like, typically you will see a huge, so here you have the cloud deck. You have the Ammonia cloud deck. From here, it just gets darker and darker, and at a certain point, the air kind of becomes like a fluid. They actually go that deep on Jupiter. It's fucking horrific. But for the most part, this is air, you know, but it just gets darker. Like, there's a reason why the cities are up here, not down here. Actually, I don't know where that would be. I had a thing somewhere. You can't breathe plastic. No, they don't breathe plastic. Again, I don't want to get too much into detail because I'm trying to focus on something. They breathe molecular hydrogen and exhale methane. So they just have like plastic, like they have acrylonitrile as skin, as fur, as various tissues, vinyl as bones, other sort of plastics, organocyanide. Cyanide is super popular, or I should say popular, super prevalent in Jovian biochemistry because there's a ton of ammonia and a ton of carbon, well, not a ton of carbon, but the carbon introduced by humans into the Jovian atmosphere. Mix that with ammonia and other nitrous shit, you get cyanide. So, when we get to skyfish under racing, I might get a chance to talk about that. But I've thought about this, trust me. I've thought about the things I'm talking about for a little while now. But thank you for asking about it, because I want to make sure that everything's clear. Are there any questions so far before I continue? Let's do like a little stretch. Ooh. Nice. All right. So continuing, because the cities are up here. Oh, where's my cursor? The cities are up here, these circle things, and the first cloud deck starts here. Most of the racers are going to be up here because you can actually see what's going on. There's actually things to race through. Like, racing is super popular up here. Diving is going to be more popular here. Actually, let's pretend that this is the water cloud deck. By the time you surpass the water clouds, it's completely fucking dark. Like, pitch fucking black down there. You can't see for shit. But it's pretty dim here. And with the other cloud deck, it just like gets even darker. But typically people are gonna dive, especially amateurs. Like, this shit on Jupiter, especially racing, is like NASCAR but on crack. Jovians love this shit. Like, that's their global sport. You know, that's what they're known for. On the other gas giants, you can do the same thing, and it's actually safer on Saturn and Uranus. To a point. It's actually really cold. It's super fucking cold on Uranus. But it's not as fun. The reason why you're cloud racing or diving in the first place is because you want the danger, you want the thrill. The gravity is high, there's fucking thunder, there's a deadly abyss, deadly animals. It's super popular, you know. The reason why there's no cloud racing or diving, well, I guess there's divers, but not really racing on the ice giants, is because it's way too cold and it's too dark And on Neptune, the storms are too powerful. It would just like, it would just like give the racers whiplash, and the divers whiplash as well. So not something that you would really want to do. Anyway, oh fuck! Before I do that, so let's redraw the common skies again. So the reason I'm talking about the standard flight suit. The standard flight suit is going to be used here, in the common skies. Actually, what is this called? I have a lore document. I haven't... this is the first time I'm actually going back and checking myself. Let's see. Depth milestones. High skies, common skies, cloud deck. Okay. Okay, so this is the common skies. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So typically you'll have a lot of warmth around the neck. You might have a helmet. For people from Jupiter's equator or near its equator, you know, it's still kind of cold there. They might be used to the cold. It's way too cold and the moisture will dry from your eyes, so you'll still need facial protection. But if they're used to it, and then if they have like sufficient protection, it's okay to have like maybe even small bits of skin showing, but not like a bikini. You would not wear a fucking bikini on Jupiter, at least not if you go outside. And I'm not saying that because, you know, it's not decent. In fact, on Jupiter, nudity is cool, as long as you're being responsible. Anyway, and you can quote that. So, you know, they got the coat on, they got the warmth taken care of. Alright. But what about the oxygen? Well, there are these things called, let's just draw it like a backpack. But it can be like a canister. What you need to know in general is that flight suits, at least until you get to proper depth suits, they're going to be clunky. They're going to be extremely heavy. You know, you're basically going to be like tubed up. It's super uncomfortable. It's actually kind of hard to move in these damn things. But it doesn't really matter if you're a diver, because you just go down. And if you're a racer, right? If you're a racer, racing is just kind of like glorified rodeo. Like what the racers do, the skyfish go. They just fucking go, baby. And all the racer has to do, I mean, they still command the skyfish, but they gotta hold on for fucking dear life. That's basically racing. They just gotta hold on. And they don't have stuff like seatbelts. They don't have stuff like you don't use skyfish to go from city to city. You don't use them for commuting. They are strictly companions. Well, I guess you could, but it would be like a rodeo star using a horse to travel from St. Louis to Chicago. Like, you wouldn't do that. You can just use a car. Anyway, so that's like the proper depth suit. They're all tubed up, you know, they got, I wouldn't say they have wires everywhere. Sometimes they might have a helmet. Now, this is for the normal common skies at altitude, but if you're going, especially below the cloud decks, you are going to need something called a depth suit. And, wait, how do you spell depth? Depth, yeah, depth suit. And depth suits, those are the hot latex things, alright? And I'm going to draw something and explain why they're the way that is. And no, it's not because I have a latex fetish, Mom. There's a reason why they are the way they are. Oh, let's draw Boisoi. I would use the art of her, but it's borderline inappropriate. So, you know, we got big Pixar mama. And she's got her boobies out. Well, her boobies are in a suit, but they look like they're out. So, you know, here's Boisoi, and she has, like, her wings out. You know, very cool. Very kawaii, Miss Boisoi. She's mad. Typical Boisoi stuff. She has her little helmet. Alright. So, depth suits, what depth do they... So, if the... Well, I should actually write some stuff down here. Common skies. They are at a depth of about 85 kilo angles, and we'll get into what kilo angles are. While depth suits are used at a minus 10 west. You better believe, baby. Let's see, where is it? I don't want to look. Yeah, because everything below that is, I would show you guys the lore document, but I have all the writing done for like the first 12 issue stuff, and I don't want to spoil anything. Hold on. Oh, here we go. It just says low altitude. Okay, so where is low altitude? 25. Okay. So low altitude is considered any altitude below a depth of 25 kilo angles. Just to spine tits and ass. Here. She has a tummy. Definitely. I mean, it is Boisoi we're talking about. So, this is way below the water clouds. Like, way down there. It's pretty warm comparative to the upper skies. I need to hydrate. We'll talk about why, like, the purpose of a depth suit in a moment. Alright. So, let me erase fucking everything here, because it's crowded. Alright. So, talking about depth suits. Now, the point of a depth suit is, there's multiple points. One, to provide mobility. Because if there's any fucking place you need mobility, it's someplace that is super hostile and super, dark. Actually, let's talk about, the low altitude environment. In the common skies, right, at a height or depth, those are kind of interchangeable. Height and depth here. In the common skies, there's no clouds. In fact, because there are no clouds, there's not really any weather, and it's pretty, like, calm air. And in fact, the first two cloud layers, the ammonia and methane, those are pretty tame, if just a little bit scary. That's where, like, most of the churning is happening. At least, like, initially. But you get to the water clouds, suddenly there's thunder, and fucking hail the size of mountains. And it gets suddenly a lot scarier. And I believe that's at a height or depth of 45? 40, yeah. Oh, right, angles and kiloangles. Right, I totally forgot about that. So what's an angle, first of all? Hey, Mr. Streamer, what the fuck is an angle, and why should I care? Where is angle? So, one angle... Oh dear. One angle... I haven't really, chosen a good abbreviation yet. Equals 25 meters. So 1 kiloangle equals 2,500 meters. Right? No. 25,000 meters. Right? That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. So it's fucking huge. That's like... How big is Earth? That's like an Earth or two, right? Earth diameter. Kilometers. Oh yeah, that's like... 1 kiloangle is more than 2 Earths in diameter. That's a lot. Holy moly. Alright. So, I forgot to preface this earlier. On Jupiter, a lot of technology looks outdated and clunky. Like, they have these huge CRT monitors, you know, and it's supposed to take place way fucking, like, stupidly far into the future. Like, this is what a fucking TV looks like. This is what a fucking computer looks like. Looks like a goddamn arcade cabinet. And it's like, okay, why do things look like this on Jupiter? That's because Jupiter makes a lot of radiation. Radiation, not radioation. It makes a lot of radiation, which fucks with the electricity. So everything needs to be plugged in. Like, they don't have wireless technology. Almost none. We'll get into that very shortly. So everything needs to be plugged in, and it needs to have, like, clunky coverings and stuff. And stuff, like, shorts out all the fucking time on Jupiter. Which is why there's a bunch of, like, anti-robot laws. We probably won't talk about that this stream, because that would go under intra-Jovian affairs. Which no one voted for. Which I thought was funny. Because it does sound boring as fuck. Holy moly. Anyway. Depth suits. The depth suit has everything the normal flight suit should have, but it's better in every fucking way. At the cost of it being super fucking expensive. Here. Better, faster, stronger, more than ever. Come on, Pipe! Tell us about the booba! Tell us about the booba already! I'm getting to it. So it's better. Bad things. Prone to accident. You're listening to 105.6 Radioactive, Jupiter's #1 hit music station. Prone to accidents. What's another thing? Oh, wait, hold on. Looks hot. Looks hot. What are the other problems? Oh, right. Super butt-fuckingly expensive. Wait, hold on. Zertoyer. Very expensive. Yeah, those are the two main things. And what I mean by prone to accidents is, oh, and it's unreliable. I would actually be listening to rock music, like 70s rock, from like Turkey or some other strange country. But I didn't want the stream to be muted. So, like, why does it look like a latex suit, Pipe? Just tell us already. Again, mobility. Normal flight suits are clunky. They kind of restrict your, like, they feel tight, they're really uncomfortable. Depth suits kind of guarantee full mobility, full range of motion, because, again, if there's any fucking part in Jupiter's atmosphere where you need to, like, you need the ability to grab and move quickly, it's in the low altitude regions. Like, for sure, shoddy. They have stuff like boob pockets. Don't ask them why. Designers just do it, and the customers just keep buying, baby. Do recall, though, that because they are super expensive, only professional cloud racers will get them. Very rarely will cloud divers do, because they don't really like diving in Jupiter's low altitude space, so to speak. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So, actually, I'll do it now. I might be skipping over a lot of information, but I'm just trying to, like, say the basics. So, what does a professional cloud racer look like? Like, what? Okay, so we know the kind of basic equipment they use. We finally went over that. What does, do Skyfish use any equipment? What do professional Skyfish look like? What's the difference between a professional and an amateur Skyfish? Or a racer, or a diver? If you have any questions, now would be this is your checkpoint. Oh, baby! Oh, I don't need Spotify. Let's do a little stretch. La. Yeah, Tetris 96. Wait, hold on. What's this game called? Tetris. The new Tetris bangs. Oh, baby. Save and quit. Quick saving. Alright. What? No. That's not slang for bra. Who fucking... Is that a joke? No, what I meant by boob... Here, let me... So, by boob pockets, I mean it with, like, people who can't draw boobs. So, like, let's say we have this person here, right? And she's wearing, like, a shirt. That's how you would draw her boobs. By boob pocket, I mean people who draw boobs like this, in shirts. Like, she's wearing a shirt right now. Her boobs aren't out, but that's how her boobs are drawn, and that's not how shirts work, or boobs. Like, this is a little bit more accurate. Maybe if you wanted to be really cheeky, you could do something like this. Yeah, that's what I meant by boob pockets. People with penises, I'm not gonna draw it for obvious reasons. People with penises, or other exotic large genitalia, they don't have pee-pee pockets. They just have them, no genitalia pockets. No, thank you. Okay. What does a professional diver look like? Oh! Oh no! I stopped the music. Fuck. I was just trying to tab over. Oh, baby. No. Stop it. Stop it. Oh. Oh, there we go. Oh, let me duplicate this page. we're gonna talk a little bit about Valerie. Let's talk about Valerie. He's hot. I like Valerie. No penis pockets when there are full pockets. We live in a fucking society. Gamers. We live in a society. I mean, as the artist, I'm not doing that because it would be kind of weird. Because I'm not someone who wants double standards. If I had penis pockets, I would also have to have labial pockets, and that looks a little weird. That looks a little creepy. It's actually creepy both ways. But boobs, everyone likes boobs. Even Garium's man boobs. He has boob pockets. Okay. Oh, right, he's a tall boy. Valerie is. Oh, we actually have a picture of Valerie. Hello. Fun fact, me going in here like this is like walking into a minefield. Hopefully I didn't delete it. Oh, here we go. Alright, so here's Valerie. Typically people on Jupiter are gonna be over 7 feet tall. That's just how they are genetically. It doesn't make sense because the gravity is 3 times higher than that of Earth, but you know, that's just how it works sometimes, I guess. You can see he has like weird proportions, very long legs, kind of lanky-ish arms, very cute, hot, kissable face. I just want to peck him right. He's so cute. Long feet. You know, he looks like a Hanna-Barbera character. And his skyfish. Oh, right. Because people are about 7 feet tall on average on Jupiter. On average, they would be. Let's see. Let's look at Larley. Around 500 pounds. Valerie here, actually. What's his stats? And I do have the metric versions of all of this. He's 9'1" and over 1,000 pounds. So in metric, that would be 276 centimeters and nearly 500 kilograms. So he's a big boy. You know, he probably should be able to stand, but let's not think about it. His mount, Ratabertas. This is not what a normal skyfish looks like. I know, he's a big boy. Like, you would sit here. You'd be at PP level. Oh, wait. I think I have a reference somewhere, don't I? Oh, here's Garium. This picture looks inappropriate. I promise it's not. It's not TOS, I promise. So Garium here, he's a professional cloud racer, but he's from Earth, so he has completely different genes than most Jovians. Garium is 6'2". Bunya is a Jovian who has been racing for the equivalent of 35 Earth years. So, he's a big guy. Look at those legs. You know? And they're both like 70 years old. Actually, Gabe's 80. Yeah. Because Bunya is like 67 years old. And actually, I think Bunya... what's the deal about Bunya? Bunya is 9'3" or 281 centimeters. Getting blood with 1,000 pounds of force. Mind you, Valerie would not be 1,000 pounds on Earth. But by God, is he 1,000 pounds on Jupiter? I know! Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, this skyfish would look like a dinosaur to you. Alright, yeah, what I meant by not normal is, skyfish typically only have one face. Hiratabertas is just a special needs skyfish, so his shape should look something like this. Oh dear. And I mean it by special needs. Hiratabertas is very special, but he's loved. I like, he's very cute. He's gonna be really hard to draw consistently. But yeah, this is typically what a skyfish looks like. Here's the wings, here are the claws, which I should draw more dexterously, because they, just like bats, they have to use them to hook onto stuff so they don't like flop everywhere. And a nice long spindly tail. And this is where Valerie is standing, I wish I could move him, is where he would sit on the skyfish, like legs behind the wing membrane. Actually, no, let's not get into skyfish. We're still talking about equipment. Let's see, are there any sort of other equipment? Ba ba da da da. Oh! Ba da da da. Oh, yes, there is. Oh, right, what I was going to talk about a little while ago. Right. Oh, did I trim this off? I'm out of water! Fuck! I mean, frick! Right. Oh, equipment, right. Oh, the reason why I brought up professional racers in the first place. So let's take Valerie again. You know, I like Valerie. Oh, shit. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So if the average Jovian racer is 7 feet tall, most professional cloud racers are gonna be pushing 8 feet tall. Like Larley, she's kind of diminutive, and she's 7'7". she's still pretty large, but because she's a professional cloud racer, she got longer. Think about it kind of like professional basketballers. Like, they don't naturally, the muscles that you build, your body shape just kind of changes a little bit. So here we have Valerie, and typically you would be expecting him to be filled full of human guts, right? He's a human. And he does, you know, he still has a rib cage, he has bones. Pretend that's a skeleton. So, you know, he's still got guts in him, you know, here's some guts, some viscera for you. Alright. And obviously he has a skull, you know, he's not a robot like Skag. Oh yeah, that's definitely Valerie. But with most professional cloud racers and divers, sometimes they'll get their lungs just completely removed, intentionally or unintentionally in the case of Garion. And they'll get them replaced with something called Ethane Scrubbers, and basically it just turns molecular hydrogen into methane. Oh god, what's the formula for that? This is methane, right? Not ethane? And it's called an Ethane Scrubber because it's powered by ethane. Don't ask how, it's just fucking chemistry, I guess. So it uses the same sort of respiration that Jovian life uses, like skyfish, little doggies, and Iocas, which are like octopi. Oh, what's another one? Oh, and Argonauts. Yeah. All of these creatures. I mean, he can still breathe O2, right? And he can still exhale CO2. And in fact, a lot of professional aspiring, not inspiring, aspiring, what should we use as like a joint diver slash racer? Because it's a little tiring to say them both every time when they do mostly the same shit. I don't know. Anyway, most, I'll just say racers for now, but if I have to describe something about divers, I will, but I guess from now on when I say racers, I'm meaning both, because cloud racers are divers, they just do a lot more shit. Oh shit, right, water. Alright, I'll be right back. I need water. Oh baby. Oh baby, I'm having steak tonight. I know, yeah, this looks exactly like the image that we just saw of Valerie. It's spot on. I mean, his legs are very beautiful. I would definitely hug his leg like a lost child. Alright. As I was saying, professional racers, they will just do this intentionally. Like, they will replace some of their organs, maybe even their skin, with like cybernetics. I shouldn't say cybernetics, I should just say machinery, because it's with Jupiter's death lasers, like the natural electronic frying lasers that emit from Jupiter. It's not the most wise decision to have your entire body be filled with mechanisms. Like, Skag is a walking time bomb. But yeah, like most cloud racers, most professionals who do this, they will just do it to their organs so they look like they haven't done anything. Sometimes. So with Valerie, even though his lungs are replaced with Ethane Scrubbers, he has a type of model of Ethane Scrubber that you can't tell. It's completely internal. But other types, like Gariums, let's draw Garium now. Let's draw our favorite slot! Nice big old pot belly. What a cutie, honestly. A 6'2" mad lad. Wait, is he 6'2" or 6'4"? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. He's over 6 foot tall. He's a big guy. So and I forgot to mention this earlier. Actually, let's move Garium out of the picture really quickly. So let's talk about diving on Earth, right? So here's the water. The pressure here is a lot less than down here, right? The lower you go, the greater the pressure is. And that pressure affects your lungs. And that's why the #1 rule of scuba diving, or like water, what do they call that shit? I don't really know. Of diving is to not hold your fucking breath. Don't do that shit. Something really bad will happen if you do that. Because if you hold your breath, right, and dive in, boink, you know, cute little lip sound, you hold your breath, and then go back up, your lungs will pop. They will violently rupture, and it could cause a stroke. You can die. Actually, the stroke thing is related to something else, but diving is dangerous. Don't do it, kids. So anyway, back to Garium. He was in the low altitude. He was doing some low altitude racing, and he made, because he wouldn't have normally made this mistake, but, oh dear. But, they get all drugged up when they're down there. To, like, boost their morale, their bravery. But at the cost of their, decision-making. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, his lungs violently ruptured, so he did not have a good time. And now, he got just like a really cheap... The internal stuff is actually super expensive, while the external stuff, like you can see Garium's lungs from the outside. You can't see his ribcage, but the machinery, because it's so like clunky, it sticks out. So actually, let's try drawing Garium, like just wearing normal clothes. And you can't cover it because it helps him like breathe normally. So it's not just like an Ethane Scrubber, it's like a full-on actual lung, but it works. Oh no, I'm sorry. I hope you have a good night, Caitlin. Let's see, where was I? 6'4". Last time we talked about that. Oh yeah. I also changed the measurements of the characters slightly, just for like easier drawing. Wow, game's kind of thick, baby. Anyway, so he's just like wearing normal clothes, you know. And you know, here's like his boob area. But you can like see his his lungs poking out. Just, those aren't his boobs, I swear it's machinery. He looks like a fucking drunk. Oh yeah, we gotta draw his like old man stoic face, you know, he's like, oh, I don't love Valerie. Ooh woo. You know, Valerie? What? He's not hot at all. Oh shit, Garium, you look very serious. Oh, you finished the drawing? Do you want to share with the class? Oh wait, was it the, wait, what drawing? Was it the dog one? Robo Titty. He does have, actually it's a fashion statement, you know? He looks so fucking serious. Share with Discord. Oh, okay. Because I figured it was my innocent child brain didn't understand that. I was like, oh cute, a drawing. Oh my god, Booba! Right, okay. So, I think that's mostly it for the equipment, but now we can get on to talking about lingo. And by lingo, what I really mean by lingo is just terminology that divers use, or racers use. So let's see, we already talked about angles, divers, cloud racers. Oh, a chaser! Alright, so you might be wondering, okay, normal racing. Let's talk about normal racing on planet Earth. Discord. Ooh. I want to see Booba. Holy, humana. Oh, that's actually really good. Wow, that's amazing, Potato. I love her design. Holy moly. You did some really good work with the browns. Where was I? Ah! What's this? Oh, it's Tetris. Oh, right. Lingo. Whoa. Fuck. I saw a dog. I saw a dog booba and just completely... Oh, Chaser, right. So, a normal planet Earth racing, you have cars and they go... They go... And they go in a circle, right? And there's like people watching, and they're like, whoa! Whoa! Altered it very faintly. I think you did the hair shine pretty well. Color me impressed, shoddy. Damn, shoddy. Damn, shoddy. And there's like, you can have scenery, there could be like a mountain here, and like a shark mouth, it's like, Rah! But it's like it's not a real shark, unless. But on Jupiter, right, you're like, okay, there's clouds. Who gives a shit? Wait, where am I? Oh yeah, there's just clouds, but, another reason why most racers race in the comet skies, oh god, pretend that these are cities. I haven't really thought about the city design yet. You know, Skyfish will be they'll like race in the scenery of the clouds. While the appeal of lower altitude, like mid-altitude and lower altitude / lower, is in the mid. You're still in the kind of dim area. It's actually called that, the dim zone. It's like the chalk zone, but not very fun. It's actually very bad. So here's the first cloud layer. Here's the dim zone. The appeal here is, you know, it's dim, it's kind of spooky. There's the first, like, ammonia hail. It's got dangers. Sometimes because very thin layers of plastic make up plants and wildlife. And by plastic, I really mean like organic polymers. Just call it plastic, it's easier. It just kind of floats, which can pile up like fucking icebergs. So there's plastic bergs in Jupiter's atmosphere, just made out of organic material and other waste slurry, because the cities from above, guess what happens to all the trash and waste? They can't just, like, recycle 100% of it. Sometimes they have to get rid of it. Where do you think that goes? What would you do? You would just throw it into the abyss. I mean, Jupiter's fucking huge. So all the waste and trash goes down here, but it's not like the ocean where it could just pile up and make like fatbergs. It just goes down and gets destroyed. Well, in the low altitude version, oh, Pepsi Man. Oh! Oh shit, it's like Splatoon Pepsi Man. Okay. I can get behind that. Well, the appeal of racing in the low altitude region, and there's actually a secret other region, which I will look into shortly, is that there's thunder, you know, it's like the dim zone. This is actually called the dark zone. Like, this is the water clouds. Anywhere below the water clouds is called the dark zone. I don't know, it is kind of whiplash. You know, there's thunder, there's like 3 different types of hail, there's dangerous beasts, huge whales, falling. So you know how, like, sometimes planes will get rid of waste when they're flying. Think of it kind of like the piss balls. They freeze because they're so high in the atmosphere. Think about that, but the snowball effect. So there's like piss bergs. Just woof! Hey, Budino. What am I able to say? You came in at a weird time. We're talking about ROJ lore. Alright, so there's this secret zone down here. So you know how we were talking about depths, so like the cities are at about 85 kiloangles. Oh, by the way, angles and kiloangles, those are mostly used to, just for, and by racers. Normal people don't use angles. Racers do, because the distance is so vast, because Jupiter's fucking massive. It's fucking huge, mine. It's just like absolutely fucking horrific. Wait, there's no fucking way that 1 kiloangle is 2 Earths wide. There's no fucking way. Because yeah, I have my calculations might be a little bit off, because 85 kiloangles, that would make Jupiter way fucking bigger. Whatever. Maybe it's not 25 meters. Maybe it's the other way. Anyway. Let's see, what is this called? At a depth of 0 angles, you hit something called the Great Zero. Can you guess why it's called the Great Zero? And things below the Great Zero get way fucking scarier all of a sudden. Let's see. Gaseous depths. Oh, I should have said that earlier. Fuck. Right. And it keeps going down into the abyss, the Jovian abyss, who cares? This is a depth of negative 900 angles. Not kiloangles, angles. Here, at the Great Zero, the atmospheric pressure is 50 times that of Earth, and at a depth of 900 angles, I think it's like 200 times Earth. Wait, I wish I would have written that down here and not in the chart I made, which I cannot find. Anyway, it's very crushing here, to say the least, which is another reason to use a depth suit as opposed to a normal flight suit. Depth suits are made to be nearly indestructible. I mean, so are flight suits, but more care has to be put into depth suits. So, you know, we have like almost the entire sky. What do certain racers, like, again, most racers and divers, they will be up here in the common skies, you know, high altitude regions of Jupiter, because it's scary and dangerous here. It's also scary and dangerous up in the higher altitudes, but it just gets exponentially worse. Oh, and by the way, there is a creature down here that lives in the Shrouded Depths. Let's say that this is 25 kiloangles. This is where depth suits start being administered to divers. There's all sorts of crazy beasts. But in the Shrouded Depths... Oh no, this is the Gaseous Depths. The Shrouded Depths, I think, is 5 kiloangles. Don't quote me. It's very scary down here. There is a creature called the Devil, and it's a fucking massive cephalopod. A lot of the creatures in Jupiter's skies are cephalopod based. Based? Did someone say based? Holy moly! And the devil, don't fuck with the devil. Devils are bad. Extremely rare. They're kind of like the giant squid of Jupiter's atmosphere. But very bad. This one's angry. It's going wee! Well, it doesn't have eyes, but pretend that it does. Anyway, chasers. I forgot, but the whole point. Especially in the lower altitude regions of Jupiter, like beneath the dim zone and below, you need a good cameraman. So let's pretend that these are two. Okay, they look like sperm. Two racers. And they're like, meow. And these skyfish are racing for their fucking life. And they're in a super large zone. Because remember, Jupiter's fucking massive, right? It's hard enough to keep track of people in, like, dog fights, you know, on Earth. So a chaser is someone who, the chaser has to be extremely proficient in flying. Because not only do they serve the role as cameraman, like they have to, like, camera them, I guess. But they have to keep up with them, and they're also tasked with saving people. Like Valerie is a chaser, or I should say, he's kind of like on and off a chaser. That was his main career before he became a racer full-time. Tentacle monster? Here, do y'all want to see the devil? There's a reason why it's called the devil. Where is it? Oh, how long is the... Let's see, what's the initial length of this creature? The initial length of the devil is suited for wanderlings, so it'll be about twice as long. Let's see. 57.8 meters long. So if you multiply that by 2, you get almost 120 meters in length, right? Over that? No. Yeah. No. Let's see. Actually, let's consult Wolfram. 126 meters. 400 feet. Oh my. Oh. Guys, you're not gonna fucking believe this. The devil is as long as an American football field. We can measure the shit in football fields. That's awesome. It's about the height of a Saturn V rocket. That's awesome. Oh shit. The Saturn V rocket is the length of a football field? Awesome. You want to see the devil? Do you know how big that is? Oh yeah, by the way, Potato, I'm opening up my my commissioneries again. I feel like I've been productive enough. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of productivity, you want to see a cute doodle I did? Hopefully I can find it. I just did this as a short doodle. I don't love it, per se, but I think it's cute enough. You know, it's serviceable, it gets my dopamine running. Let's do a little stretch before continuing. Oh no. Yes! Oh shit. Oh wait, I haven't got chroma. Yes! Yes! Yeah, I enjoyed my little break, but I think I'm ready to continue forward, so to speak. naughty little bastard. Anyway. So, yeah, that's what a chaser does. Valerie is a chaser. Oh. Unless it's in the common skies stuff, I shouldn't say stuff. Races aren't broadcasted live because, again, there's no, except for one exception, there is no wireless technology on Jupiter because whenever the planet is spitting out radio waves, it's kind of hard to get a good sense of what exactly is happening, which, like, radio technology does not exist in any capacity on Jupiter. Wi-Fi doesn't. What are some other wireless technologies? Oh shit, you're right! Oh, Steven! Everyone say hi to Steven! Dude, how are you? It's so exciting to see you! We're talking about Lord. Oh shit! It's Mr. Bissot! It's Mr. Bissot! Oh wait, where am I? Oh dear. The last time I pulled up paint, my stream mysteriously crashed. Let's not do that. Forced to take over? Oh, God. What's your family's business? Or company? I'm sorry to hear that, though. Hopefully I can... Oh, shit. Oh, right! Oh, I should have talked about this while I had the cloud diagram up. Oh. My uncle is actually, he works in construction, or he's like, renovation. He works in renovation, and the pay is high, but he says it's really exhausting. Alright, so this is 0 angles. Yeah, angles. This is 85 kilangles. 85 kilonuts. And this is, minus 900 angles. So now here's the commoners. 50-ish, that's about 50. This is about the clouds. So this is called the Great Zero. We already went over that. And this right here, and I think I said this earlier as well, this is called the suicide barrier. No matter what sort of, and it's called that, not because people will commit suicide there, but because the area is just so volatile, like under 0 angles-ish. Actually, where's the Shrouded Depths? Oh, minus 300, it's not 5 kilo, it's minus 300. The air just becomes fucking liquid here. It's like you have to slog through the air at this point. And in fact, let's actually zoom in here. At least I got to hang out with one of my friends. Oh, that's good. I hope that your friend takes it easy. Lord! I know, it's the only thing better than gore! Oh, speaking of which, ROJ will have a ton of gore. And in fact, in the second issue, one of the characters gets fucking mauled. But he deserves it, so it's fine. Let's see. Gore! Alright. Gore! It's gonna be really hard for me to draw, because I haven't drawn gore in like 2 years, at least in the significant aspect. But you know what? It's gonna be fun! Oh, and actually, not to spoil anything, but one of the innocent characters, gets their hand gored. And they don't deserve it. But that won't stop me from feeling bad. Or that won't stop me from not feeling bad. Sorry, Freudian slip. Alright. So here at negative 300 300 angles, the air is liquid. This is called the Shrouded Depths. And where is it? There's a specific barrier. Oh, here we go, here we go. Let's see, 700, 800. At about this depth here, 750, negative 750 angles, there's this thing here called terminal lucidity. So when you're down this low on Jupiter, you know, it's like 200 times the atmosphere on Earth, like pressure-wise. You have to breathe like these special air mixtures to keep your lungs from crushing. So divers down here are just filled with heliox, which is basically the oxygen that you need plus helium. So they're all drugged up, and that's not it. You know, they're actually filled with all sorts of horrific drugs to keep them awake. But a really strange phenomenon that happens down here, that happens around the depth of negative 350 angles, something starts happening. You become lucid all of a sudden. You feel completely sober. You feel aware. Like everything down there is fuzzy. And in fact, most divers don't even remember most of the larger majority of racers do not remember any sort of events that took place below around 30 kiloangles. So like right before the gaseous depths of Jupiter. But here, at terminal lucidity, they just become aware. But if you go too low, right, most of the time, whenever they're hit with this wave of euphoria and lucidity, they feel just that. They feel euphoria. They feel, they feel so happy. They feel at ease. They feel at peace. And sometimes they feel so distracted that they unintentionally hit the suicide barrier. And in fact, suicide barrier is kind of a misnomer, but it's called that because every single time someone hits the depth of negative 900 angles, they immediately die. All communications cease. It's just kind of assumed that they just turn into red paste. No one knows what happens down there, but all they know is just like a fucking fog. It's not really known what happens down there because no technology, like they, even after living on Jupiter for like 30,000 years, humanity still has not engineered a single piece of equipment to survive the suicide barrier. No human, no beast, and no technology can surpass that barrier. It's the hard limit on Jupiter. And after a certain point, people just stopped trying to go beneath it because it's just a fucking waste. And it's not really worth it anyway. Alright. I'm gonna take a short breaky boo. Any sort of questions you have about any of the lore, like, after everything that we've discussed so far, it would be my absolute pleasure and honor to answer it. Or if you have like any other like unrelated questions, yeah, we can talk about that too, just as a short bout away from ROJ, because that's a lot of information I presented to you. Alright, I will be right back, you little cuties. Enjoy the epic D&D. Alright. I return. I return. Oh. Oh dear. I return. I return. Oh shit, if you got him, I want you to fucking spam him. Oh baby. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Yeah! Yes! Now. Where am I? Oh, right. Oh, baby. Oh! Ow! I love seeing those birds. Holy moly. Let's see. You guys are so cute. That brings me great pleasure to see these birds. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh my god. Instant dopamine release. Listen. Bird time. All time. I'm leading the bird conquest. Alright. Enough circle jerking. I love you guys. Oh, let's talk about chemicals now. Ooh, oh, baby. All right. So obviously, completely different atmosphere, right? We got the whole gang. We got molecular hydrogen. We got ammonia. We have ammonium hydrosulfate. Oh god, it's like, oh god, what is it? Oh no, I almost got it. I had the hydrogen atoms right though. Yeah, no, it's hydrogen. Yeah, hydro. Ammonium hydrosulfate, right? Sulfate? Is it sulfide? I don't fucking know. It's sulfide. Okay. We got water, actually, surprisingly. Okay, so we have all of these chemicals. This one is the most prevalent because it's still Jupiter. You know, this is ammonia. I just haven't been writing it out because writing out the chemical stuff is just easier. You know, obviously H2O, that's water. Alright, so what's this fucking crap, like meth head chemical? Well, it's called, you know, this like really long word. Let's not say that again. On Jupiter, because it's, I wouldn't say super prevalent because it's like saying water vapor is super prevalent in Earth's atmosphere, which I guess it is. It's, what else fucking rains down from the heavens? But because it's prevalent enough to need a name, the Jovians call this stuff methane. And it's important to keep stuff like it. Oh! That gives me an idea. It's important for stuff like animals. You know, animals still need water. Because they have like they're kind of like, they're carbon based, but they're like, they're fundamentally different from Earth animals, but I don't think I'll talk about that this stream. That seems kind of like not super related. There's this chemical, I'll write the shorthand for it. This is acrylonitrile, yeah, P2E. It's just plastic. It's like a filmy sort of plastic, but it's strong. It doesn't really tear that badly. There we go, now I'm writing straight. This is no longer a gay stream, only straight stream. Alright. Oh, SVI. So this is actually important to cloud racing. SVI is sulfur trioxide, right? Did I get it right? Oh, baby! Oh! I got it right. This is actually super fucking important. So, recall, here, let me get rid of P2E because that's not super important. So, ammonia, that's the first cloud layer. Methane is the second, and water is the third. It's really hard for, it's more difficult to get the water than it is to access methane and ammonia. But in order to, like, survive, humans obviously need oxygen, so they have to go down to get oxygen. But when you're going down, right, if you're a racer or if you're in a racing tourney, you're going to be hitting the methane layer. And with Ethane Scrubbers, the Ethane Scrubbers are supposed to respirate the same way Jovian life does. So let's pretend that this is an Ethane Scrubber. It's an artificial lung that is adapted for breathing in the Jovian environment. H2 comes in, methane, oh god, it's CH, not, yeah. Methane comes out, and it uses like ethane as like a sort of byproduct. But if you're breathing in methane, right, it's kind of like breathing in water vapor. You can't really help it if you're breathing in air. Like if you're over the stove cooking, you're gonna breathe in water vapor. You won't drown, but it's still something that you would breathe in. This little thing here, the Ethane Scrubber, can take care of these hydrogen atoms, it can take care of the nitrogen atoms, but it needs to have like a waste product along with the methane. So, one of the byproducts, one of the waste products, will be solid fucking cubes of SVI, or sulfur trioxide. Now, why is that important? Like, why are we, you know, getting this fucking dumbass chemistry lesson from Mr. Pedalonius Peepee over here? Well, if you're producing a bunch of sulfuric waste, right? And not just any sulfuric waste, it has 3 oxygen atoms, like, stuck to it. Do you know what sulfur and oxygen are known for? Exploding. Not necessarily in this state, though. In fact, sulfur trioxide is used as a way to synthesize, I think, hydrosulfuric acid? I don't know the chemical for it. But it's used to make acid, and in fact, lower life forms on Jupiter, like the Zephus, which is a huge fucking air well with a giant balloon attached to it. Oh no, let's not try the X. It's smiling, look. But, oh no. Yeah, it's smiling. It's happy. It has acid blood. It has actually hydrosulfuric acid blood. But it's perfectly normal, don't worry. And in fact, most lower life forms down there, such as the Pelathons, you know, they also have acid blood, which is why it's super not recommended to dick around with Jovian wildlife, because they're filled with acid, they're filled with cyanide and ammonia, and they smell like shit. Like, they smell like a wet cow fart and cleaning supplies, but like super chemically bleachy chemical. It's disgusting. So it's like, okay, but we don't really care about the acid part right now. Acid whale! Oh sh! Wait, actually, how big is the Zephus? I'm kind of curious now, because the devil was about 120 meters in length. Oh dear. Oh dear. Every time I load up this page, it takes me to the very end instead of being at the start. Oh, my Midwestern accent is really showing out. Oh dear. Where is it? Zephus. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. Zephus. Where are you? I know you're fucking here, you cuck. Okay, so it would be about 40 meters. And that's like 120 feet? How big is that? Mr. Wolfram Alpha. 120 feet. Or 40-ish meters. Oh, so that's like as big as a normal blue whale. Or 11 stories tall. Okay. So it's like a normal blue whale. Pretty fucking huge. Anyway, back to sulfur trioxide here. So we're producing a lot of sulfur trioxide in the mid to low altitudes of Jupiter. Okay, what's it used for? Well, very conveniently, anywhere below, I believe 55 kiloangles, they start making these things called oh shit! I forgot about another cool thing. We'll talk about it after this. They build these things called sulfide mortars. And they're huge fucking cannons, which use sulfur trioxide as a main combustible thing. They're not really used for, blowing up shit. It's just like a fancy flare gun, but, if there's like a particularly aggressive, large Jovian animal, then this thing will take care of it. It will make it go somewhere else, because it produces a lot of heat and light, something that isn't really prevalent in Jupiter's lower atmosphere. Oh shit! That's fucking nice. Oh my god. Ah, shit. Oh my god. Why does it bang? Oh. Right, anyway, at the same depth, let's say we have a cloud racer. And, you know, she's like wearing her normal flight suit. Let's say that she has Ethane Scrubbers doing their business. And she's wearing her res pack. At a depth of around, 55 kiloangles. They're given some... let me move this. At higher altitudes, along with all of their other equipment, blah blah blah, who cares, they're given a pistol for protection. Because, go figure, a lot of the creatures in Jupiter's upper atmosphere, like far above the cloud decks, most of them are cephalopods. So you have major intelligence, plus a lot of human contact, and you get a lot of annoying creatures who just annoy humans to be funny. I know, yeah, those creatures actually... I will tell you a hypothetical story after I talk about hyper rifles, because it's a little bit comical, I promise. So they're given pistols to deal with the wildlife. And again, they're flare guns, but if you use them close range, you know, it will make them go away. Now for hyper rifles are just like the sulfide mortars, but you know they're pretty big. They're about like 7 foot tall, because if the racer is 7 foot tall, and it's hooked up to the res pack. And when they're not using it, it'll be strapped to their back, so that they can have their hands free when they're going other skyfish. And again, it's powered by the sulfur trioxide, or SVI, which is what the racers call it, which is produced by their ethane scrubbers. So it goes into the pack, and then it goes into the gun, and then it goes pew pew pew. Actually, They wouldn't be able to do the last part because they would probably die. But anyway, so let's say you have a room. This takes place in the common skies, you know, it's just like a cafeteria, there's a bunch of tables, a bunch of people. Who cares? Let's say there's a vent. Now, and this scenario is not an uncommon thing to happen on Jupiter, so keep that in mind. There's a vent, and obviously the vent is taking in stuff from the outside. Again, this room isn't full of molecular hydrogen, but it needs to like vent stuff to make sure that there's something temperature equilibrium, something atmospheric equilibrium. Indirectly, it connects outside. Now there's these little creatures called Iocas. Oh, let's see if we can get a picture of an Ioka. They're just little floating octopi. And I mean it by little, they're about like this big. About a little over a foot long. That's like a meter and a half? No! Oh god, half a meter. Oh, wait, here it is. No, it got cut off. Well, this is kind of what it looks like. I don't know why Krita sometimes cuts off pictures and sometimes it loads them in just fine. Maybe I'm like selecting all of the picture at once and... Ooh, actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me try something. Okay, get rid of that. Oh my god, get rid of it. Get that shit out of here. What? What? Excuse me? Krita? You know, Krita's awesome. Alright, let go of that. And now import the picture. Well. I learned something new today. But what Krita did was completely out of my control. Not the cutting off thing, but the other fucking dumb shit. Anyway, this is what an Ioka looks like. Wow. Yeah. These guys are actually super common pests, and they're cephalopods. They're really fucking smart. They like to annoy humans, and in fact, they're very common. So, you know, let's say this Ioka here got really curious and decided to lodge itself into some machinery, but again, being basically hold on, let me give you something to compare an Ioka to. So you know how normal octopi, they're kind of like made out of flesh, you know, and they have like a little beak, and they're basically not constrained by anything but their beak. This is what an Ioka, what I'm about to show you, this is a pretty good comparison to an Ioka. You see this fucking thing? This is what an Ioka, besides from the crinkliness of it, this is basically, this is what it would feel like to hold and manipulate an Ioka. They're basically like living plastic bags. So they can get pretty much anywhere they want, which is why it's so hard to keep them out. So, you know, we have this Ioka and it got zooped in to the vent. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag rolling through the wind? Anyway, so the Ioka gets sucked in here. Alright, so now it's like floating like a fucking plastic balloon. Because it's, again, filled with hydrogen, right? Hydrogen is a super light material, and it's made out of, for all intents and purposes, fucking plastic bag. So it's just like, you know, bouncing up here. It's really panicked for a few different reasons. So let me show you why that's a huge fucking issue right now. So here's this box, right? This box represents an Earth environment. It has O2. It's about 10 to 20 degrees Celsius. So fairly comfortable. What's the outside like? It has H2 and it's negative this much outside. Alright, okay. Huge temperature difference, atmospheric difference. What's wrong with that? And at the area where the common skies are, it's about 1 atmospheric pressure. So it's not really, it won't explode from atmospheric pressure. But what's inside? What's inside the goodness of every, oh god. Let's move the Ioka again. Actually, no. So what's exactly, inside an Ioka? Why is that a problem? It doesn't burn, it boils. So, you know, here we have the Ioka. Oh look, it looks very cute. It's about to be very not cute. So it's made out of cyanide. It's made out of some form of ammonia. It has ethane blood, which I think is this. And it breathes H2, it exhales methane. Oh yeah, no one is gonna have a good time. And keep in mind that the cyanide here, that's not good. Keep in mind it's, it's not, I have been here from the beginning, and I am just warning you, friendly, you have knowledge that could be used by others to cause harm to others. So chat, don't do anything! No, just kidding. I would never hurt anyone. I mean, it's not like I know how to build a nuclear bomb. This is just like baby's first chemistry class, really. Don't call the FBI shit. Anyway. So just keep that in mind. Oh, and keep in mind also, in the Jovian environment, all of these things are either liquid or they're gaseous, or they're solid. So like, cyanide's a liquid, ammonia's, I think, a solid or a liquid. The ethane is definitely a liquid. It would be a gas, but it's like pressurized. This is what I mean to be pressurized. Hydrogen is obviously gas, the methane is gas. I don't need scientific knowledge to hurt people. That's kind of based, actually. What do you mean? Oh, what's TTS? Is this actually dangerous? This is stuff you can look up on fucking Wikipedia. It's not like, you know what? I feel like chemistry YouTubers are way more, oh, text-to-speech, I should have known that. I feel like chemistry YouTubers, because they buy stuff like, silver they buy like explosives. I'm sure I'm fine. And 90% of this stuff is like speculative xenobiology. Come at me, CIA! Anyway, where am I? Oh, right, so the Ioka. It suddenly... Oh, what do you think happens? Let's say you were placed in an environment that was 300 degrees. What do you think would happen? All the water... Yeah, anyway, back to talking about cyanide-based animals. I like Steven's attitude. Back after writing a shopping list for Pythania. You're cute. Yeah, you would become steam, so it's boiling, right? This animal is in great fucking distress right now. So, it's panicking. The people around the room are panicking because they're like, oh shit! And eventually, it would, burst. it would fucking pop. And then there would be little droplets of half-frozen cyanide and ammonia and other organocyanides. 300 Celsius or Fahrenheit? The reason why I said such a large number was to make it not matter. And not only just liquid droplets, but also gas. So all this toxic gas and liquid is being rained down. And even though, you know, it's just a tiny animal and it's a large room, most of these people would get chemical burns, they would be knocked unconscious. If they were, like, right under it, they'd probably die. Like, instant death within minutes. Instant, within a few minutes. Astrologically, that's the same fucking shit. Your wrong form of your, very intelligent like me, and your wrong form of your saying stuff that is factual. Wait, are Iokas real? Pog. I'm memeing, by the way. Let's see. Oh, next on the lingo list. Oh, here's two good ones. So, E12D. What the fuck does this mean? This is a form of methane-based... Based? Did someone say based? This is a methane-based protein. Ish. I don't really fucking know, it's kind of like the methane version of lactase. So why am I saying this? Well, if people on Jupiter, right, if they're trying to... No, I do mean lactase, because isn't that like the... Wait, is it lactose? What's the direct sugar in milk? Is that lactose? Oh, do our bodies turn it into lactase? What other adorable animals can kill us all? I could talk about skyfish since I'm talking about their milk. I was kind of saving... I was gonna save animals for a different lecture. But I guess we can talk about animals, since you seem interested. Yeah. Anyway, this is a form of milk. This is a sugar protein, whatever you want to fucking call it. I'm not a chemist, I draw booba. Lactase. Oh yeah, our bodies like break it up into lactose, right? So this would be like lactase. Okay, I could have sworn it was lactase. Oh wait, no, this is whatever. Fuck you. It doesn't matter. It's a type of sugar protein thing, and this is what all Jovian mammals, including skyfish, Crassi are actually a lot smaller than that. Glasswings. What sort of other fucking wacky animals are here? I would all write down. Potato's like, it doesn't matter, none of this matters. Right then he's gonna be trying booba again. Yes! Or I'm assuming that's what you're doing. Oh, scatterer? Oh yeah, scatterer. I totally forgot that. Scatterers. I don't think there's any other high altitude species that are common enough to talk about. They all produce E12D. And there seems to be a really bad problem with orphaning with all Jovian mammals. Blase! Yes! Oh god, I love Blase. Holy moly. Oh, yes. should probably eat. Ooh, I can't wait until I have dinner. I'm still full from when I pigged out at Panera. Oh, I'm excited. I'm actually excited to draw Booba. Or I don't like drawing Booba. Why would you think that? Anyway. 5th request? You know what, Steven? I hope you have a wonderful dinner. I will be sure. I've been uploading the VODs to YouTube. I keep forgetting to not make them, I keep forgetting to make them public, but they're all there. I've been juggling so much stuff. Yeah, they're all private right now, but they are on YouTube. I just keep forgetting. But yes, this VOD will be on YouTube. Once I get yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't you babies worry. Nuggies and fries? Nice. Anyway, sorry. Because of like how their environment is, orphaning is just like a super common thing. So E12D, that's really important because it's what babies need. So it's kind of used interchangeably with like Jovian mammals' milk in general. They all need the same shit, so it's just like, oh, just give them E12D. You know, go to the store and buy it. And it's like clear. It's like a clear liquid. I think it's a gas at room temperature. Anyway, and the final bit of lingo, I think. Yeah, because the other stuff is intra-Jovian and extra-Jovian affairs, which I definitely want to be another stream. There's too much stuff there. Alright, the Voilin. Oh wait, hold on. Let me... Wait a minute, if you give me a second, I can make that happen. Anyways, my name is Pytharia. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Wait, I wonder if they do have that on. No, I want stickers. Oh my god, they have it. Hold on. Alright, wait a minute. Go into Streamlabs. Image. New source. Add source. See, this should take some fucking 2 seconds. Welcome to 10. Hold on. There we go. Oh, I'm not drawing hungry creatures. Oh dear. Welcome to my TED Talk. I'm not gonna keep that there because I don't want people to legitimately. I don't want to do false advertising. Alright. Voilin. This is kind of synonymous with the term void. I don't know if I do this a lot on stream, but I make a lot of IRL jokes like that. Let's do a little stretch, actually. Oh no! I got water on my tablet. Oh shit! I didn't spill water, I just like had a few droplets. Oh! How do you know that? It's called having too much free time before I got too busy. Now I don't have any free time. It's called having a long-term memory, cock. It's called having more than 2 brain cells, dumbass. Get fucked! Okay, anyway. Voilin. What the fuck is a voilin? Is that how they say violin? No, it's not. So Voilin, there was a supernatural event. There will be some supernatural supernatural aspects to ROJ. But it's not gonna be like, oh, they have magic and they can, like, it's not like that. It's just kind of like, you know, more superstitious, but sometimes it actually comes true. So, once upon a time, a very long time ago, one of Jupiter's moons, Callisto, there was a supernatural event called, is it called Moylan? No, it's called Voy Click. Oh god, but it has like a dumb fucking spelling. Yeah. Called, is that how you spell it? It's supposed to be based off of like Czech spelling. And they have like a bunch of Z's and a bunch of Y's fucking everywhere. Oh, no. I almost got it. Yeah. There we go. Voy Click. An I instead of a Y. Where suddenly, these entities, and no one knows what they were. These are not skyfish, by the way. These are supposed to be supernatural entities. They were angels. That's what people call them, or angels. Let's just call them angels for now, though. They were 25 meters tall. It's subject to change, don't quote that. And they just, it's kind of like fucking Third Impact right now. You know, fucking Evangelion right now. So it's like, oh shit, and everyone fucking died on Callisto. And I believe Ganymede was at its closest point to Callisto, and like everyone on the fucking side facing Callisto died too, or they got like really sick. And that was like 1,000 years before the beginning of ROJ. So the reason why it's called Voy Click is because, fucking, I don't know, it's a location there. I'm gonna retcon that. You better fucking watch up, you dumb little cute idiots. Do you know, how are you with linguistics? Do you know other languages? Nice. Anyway, so these angels, or I guess any sort of supernatural creature, is called a voyloon. Voy here just kind of refers also to that, but it's kind of like a more colloquial term, like an imp. They don't really say imps, they say, oh, that's the void. Or if there's like a bad vibe, you know, they would say, oh, that's the void. You know, it's actually a super bad thing. Like even professional cloud racers who have no superstition, or who say they don't, are scared of the void as if they're gonna summon them. Brain is in French. Oh dear. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh, did you guys hear that? Oh shit. Oh god, the French are attacking. Holy moly. The void. The void are coming. Holy shit, gamers. Right. Wait, what game is this? Oh, this sounds like some Kingdom Hearts shit. Right, where am I? Oh, where am I? Who are you people? Who am I? Let's see. I talked about the depths, I talked about, diving teams. Okay, so here's stuff that will actually relate to characters in the comic. So you know how NASCAR has teams? Hey, yeah, don't worry about it, love. Don't worry about it, love. Mix broken. Oh god. So there's well, technically, no, there are 5. the other racers are independent. So we have the Sunset League, and I'm gonna write this in their signature colors. The Sunset League is like an elite sort of group. We have Marinaka, or Marineka, if you want to be proper, and Poirat. French call it English. No. Oh yeah, we have another francophone. Francophony, if you will. And they're. Oh shit! I forgot to talk about this. Hold on. No. We gotta talk about this instead. Plugins. These are super important. So plugins are just that. They're like differently shaped. Oh, I shouldn't draw that one actually. They're differently shaped outlets, I guess, that are on racers' bodies. Okay. So let's draw Deshell. Let's get his signature color. Deshell's a twink. Holy moly. I like Deshell. He's very cute. He's kind of kawaii, actually. Whoa, Deshell, you got booby, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, so, you know, he's wearing his depth suit. And he's got 3 plugins, actually. 2 different kinds. At the point, and this is a depth suit, by the way. This isn't just any normal flight suit. Let's pretend that there's like a bunch of sponsorship stickers all over him. You know, he's like fucking decked out. He's got his cute little helmet, and he's got his skyfish, and his skyfish is going, oh woo, or whatever skyfish do. A bathroom sign? Yeah, actually. Yes! Alright, where am I? Oh no! Oh, Deshell, what happened to your babies? Oh no, Deshell. Okay, where am I? Oh, right. So the point of the plugins. How did he mind what? What do you mean mind? What? Control this thing? I'm not sure what you're asking, my friend. Oh, right, the plugins. So the point of the plugins is that they are kind of like a life support system. They're used to charge the thingamajiggy, and also in emergencies supply life and power to the suit. And then depending on what sort of team you are, like the Sunset League, for example, uses strictly pentagonal plugins. So, actually, let's go over for the different types of plugins that are common. So the most common, and what most emergency services will carry, are the typical coffin design. This is not called hexagonal. This is very explicitly called the coffin design. Then we have the oval. We have teardrop. Oh, we have the V design. We have the L design. Oh god, what's the other kinds? I'm gonna mention pentagonal, or draw it last for a special reason. Let's see. Yeah. V, O, diamond. How did I forget about diamond? Who uses diamond? I don't remember writing that. Okay, yeah, here we go. And then we have the pentagonal plugins, which are only used by the Sunset League because they're let me just write it out. Rivera cheese. Oh, nice. That sounds like really fancy. That's another fucking Canadian viewer. See, everyone in chat is a fucking Canadian. That's awesome, though. Alright. Now we can go back over the oh, by the way, I haven't come up with logos yet for the diving teams. I will when I actually get off my ass and start. I've started paneling. I actually I don't want to show you guys too much because I don't want to spoil it. But I actually have been paneling out on notebook paper, and I have like a good 10 pages paneled out. I'm not going to panel it out all on paper, I'm not going to draw it on paper, but I didn't really have like a good idea on how to like, because again I'm still learning digital art and it doesn't feel second nature to me yet. So I figure if I panel it out, and it starts like feeling more natural to me. Because all I have to do is just like ink what I have down on the computer. Then I'll have like a good form of reference. But I didn't want to like start paneling and inking on the computer without having like seeing what it looks like to feel, you know, as a Mountie. Or are those like Canadian Rangers? That's my Canadian accent. You're welcome. I've tried to do what you did. What, make comics? Try to learn digital art? Oh, right, fuck. I'm sorry, eh? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, those guys actually do have a cool uniform, I will admit. Oh yeah, the colors of the Sunset League. It's not leagues. Where the fuck did I write that? It's primarily red, but you can have anywhere from like orange to like the pink spectrum. But if it like it's yellow or purple, then they don't like that. Let's see. Next is Bonvoy Diving. And we have our favorite waifu actually attached to this. And keep in mind, this is an important word. Those are the demons, or angels, supernatural creatures. Oh right, I should probably, this is SL, this is BVD. We have Kilian. Kilian actually founded the BVD. We have Bunya. And we have Gaspard. And the main color of the VVD is just any form of cyan. And there's actually, not a funny story, but... Oh! Oh, all this shit's still here. Oh shit, everyone gangster until the snake person start holding up a gun. Alright. Alright, so, where was I? So Kilian was actually part of the Sunset League. So, you know, here's like young Kilian, you know, she's got her short hair cut. Who cares? You know, she's like, doo doo. She, accidentally, you know, she was just smoking weed with the homies, you know, just celebrating, getting high, just a good time. Oh, she's T-posing. Oh, right, and I have to make sure to give her cyanize. And she got drugged up, like, no one drugged her, but she got something laced with something particularly horrible. And she got a little, wait, hold on. How do I do this? She got a little, no, I wanna change it. She got a little, she got a little, She got a little fucked up. Oh god! Oh shit! Oh my god, Kellyanne! Oh shit! She got a little fucked up. On psychedelics and stuff. And she was just higher than a fucking kite, man. She went up to a mirror, and saw herself in it, but she didn't know it was her. And she's like, "This is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Oh my god!" And she like had mirror sex with mirror Kellyanne, not knowing it was her the entire time. Poppies? I don't. Who's Poppy? Are you cheating on me? Oh no. She's like, whoa. But she didn't look at the face, which, you know, didn't help her case. So, you know, she was just like having mirror sex, you know, as you do. And eventually, she looked up at the face of the woman in the mirror. And she was like, that was the most beautiful face I had ever seen. You know, the most beautiful, gorgeous eyes I had ever seen. Pretend that these are beautiful eyes. And she became obsessed with herself from that point forward. Like, she didn't really like the color cyan until the mirror encounter. And from that moment on, she could not go back. Like, cyan became the color of her life. Anyway, that's the lore about Kellyanne. And then from there, she founded the VVD. I don't know why my crackhead, meth head neighbors are yelling, but I'm sure they really quite enjoy doing that. Would you do me? I would do me. Oh, Popeye! Oh, no, she's nothing like Olive Oil. That would be... I feel like Larley would be a lot like, yeah, Popeye! I didn't see a message all saying by it, but I knew, yeah, when I saw spinach, I was like, oh, I know who that is. If anything, Larley's a lot more like Olive Oil. What's funny about you saying 1969 is that that's actually like it's one of the years I take inspiration from. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that did kind of look like Olive Oil. I hate that that's her name. What a stupid fucking name. Oh, the SVA. The SVA, or, and I know I could just type this out. Oh dear. Or Skyfish Fanciers. Fanciers Association, also known as ASS. No, just kidding. I'll write it out, because I don't know if that's TOS. Or the SVA for short. Is it technically a skydiving team? It's kind of like if Kellogg's... No, not Kellogg's. Kind of like if PetSmart made their own NASCAR team. That's what the SVA is in cloud racing. And here's Larley. This is where Larley fits into the... here, let me write down everyone here. There's no really, like, all of the other teams have, like, a sort of requirement or, like, uniform. Oh dear, I wouldn't say uniform. But, like, a requirement to have in your design. The SVA is just like, listen, if you like Skyfish, if you fancy them, you can do whatever you want. So Larley is a representative of the SVA. What's next? What's going on in there? It's called being high on life. Oh, this one is fun. This is called a Butane League. Oh god. Or the BL. We have Lewis, Boisoy, and I think Valerie, right? Valerie's in the BL. Yeah, Valerie is. Yeah. One of the requirements is that you're purple. So Valerie is purple and gold. Lewis is purple and black, I think. And Boisoy is purple and white. How did you got my name? What? What, is your name Valerie? Is your name Lewis or Boisoy? Oh no! Oh shit! Oh, Lewis. Oh, that's a cute name. Oh, I'm psychic. You see, I already knew that. Most of these names were just kind of based off of like they were based off of like French or like Czech or Polish or Turkish or French. Like this. How does this not look French? Oh, your grandpa was Lewis. Oh, do you have a common real life name, Stone? I have a very uncommon name. So when I hear it, I freak out, because I'm like... Well, actually, my name is super common, but it's not... I'm not like a Katie or something. Alright, and here we have plate moon diving, the final. There are obviously more teams, but these are all of the racers. Exceedingly common. Oh dear. Oh dear. We have Thesbay. Thesbay he is kind of bae. And Skag. Oh god. We're all fucking NPCs. This bay is gold and like a blue, and Skag is gold and black, baby. Holy moly, I fucking love Skag. She's awesome. And then all the other independent racers, that would be Charlie, Deshelle, 11, Garium, Shemshil. Garium and Shemshil, they're independent because they're not from Jupiter, at least natively. Shemshil came from Mercury, and Garium came from Earth. Deshelle is independent because he's super young. He's not even 2 Jovian years old. Which if you translate that to Earth years, he would be like 19. So that's exceedingly young. 11 is independent because of emotional trauma. I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say that. And Charlie is independent. Oh, this would be a good time. This kind of goes into intra-Jovian affair, but we need to talk about Charlie. Alright, first of all, let's clear the field. So let's have a talk about Charlie. So let's draw them. They have a teardrop-shaped head. They are not human, not in the slightest. They don't have any human DNA. Oh, they're cute. I love Charlie. They're so innocent and they just get bullied. And their character arc does not end well. Spoilers. Don't get too excited for Charlie. Just know that they're very cute. So, you know, they're just kind of like an octopoid. They have 4 tentacles. Think of it kind of like ARMS, the game, but instead of springs, it's tentacles. And they just have like normal bipedal legs. So technically they would be a decapod. Let's not think about it too much. And then they have like these little auxiliary tentacles, who cares? So Charlie, and actually let's spell their name. Charlie, it's pronounced the Portuguese way, or Brazilian way, I should say. Ooh. Hold on. Shut up. Bum ba bum bum ba da ba ba da ba 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 ba. Okay, I can't play the entire song because I would get nuked. No, say it. No, take it easy, my brother Charlie. Take it easy, my brother Charlie. Take it easy on the Monjico. I don't know Portuguese. I probably just fucking butchered that, but I love Georgie Ben. Holy. Holy. Anyway, Charlie. Let's make them smaller. Yeah, the Brazilian Portuguese way. Yeah, I made it sound like Brazilian was its own language. Which actually, according to Mourinho, at least his first-hand account, he says that he can't really understand European Portuguese. There is this creature. Wait. No, but Georgie Ben says Charlie. Is it really pronounced Charlize? Georgie Ben says it's Charlie! Here, let me show you the song. Take it easy. It's pronounced however way the language from Georgie Ben appropriating Charlie is supposed to be pronounced. if it's not Brazilian Portuguese. Again, it's supposed to be vaguely non-American to Anglo ears sounding. Alright. Oh right, the creature. So there's... No, it's not that big, holy moly. There's these tiny cephalopods, and they're actually way more annoying. Actually, they're kind of as annoying as Iocas. These little guys are called Argonauts. They're way smarter. In fact, I would hesitate to call them, like, they obviously don't have human intelligence, and they're not really sapient, but they're way fucking smarter than any normal Earth animal. So it's like, okay, Charlie was actually once an Argonaut until they showed to a human that they are sapient, you know, and that they can think. Not all Argonauts, just specifically Charlie. So therefore, Charlie was given a humanoid-ish body, custom tailored to their desire, because it's like so rare that happens. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime event. And they were put into the tourney. Have a good night, Pipey. I hope you have a wonderful night, Bunny. Thanks for coming in and listening to me ramble on and on about about homebrew lore. This is Holstein's like outro theme. They're like T-posing and like as T-posing as a human can be, I suppose. Anyway. And they were put into the racing tourney just kind of as a joke. Because they're like, okay. I mean, not really anything we can really... Oh, I forgot the shit here. Not really anything we could study about Charlie. So just fucking, you know, put them in racing. You know, they don't have any experience, but they don't need any special equipment because they're made out of organocyanides and plastic and propane and shit. So it's like, fucking put them in, whatever. Anyway, there was something important here. Oh, right. Intra-Jovian affairs. So there's this like treatise, if you will. We're not gonna say the name of it, but it's one of the three that kind of like constitute living on Jupiter. I think it's called the Genetamod. It has something to do with like mods and like genetics, modifying genetics, and oh no, this has something to do with the consciousness treaty. So Charlie, while they were still an Argonaut, described the body that they would want. So, you know, we have this, like, vessel for Charlie to inhabit. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, Charlie, you got a fucking ass, my dude. Holy moly. Anyway, and we have, Charlie the Argonaut just like, he's certain. Or, sorry, they're certain. And they're kind of like wired up, Evangelion style. And the consciousness is transferred over and then just cut off. But doing so kind of changes on a fundamental level the construction of the consciousness. Like, Charlie is an Argonaut. It's not the same Charlie as Charlie as a humanoid. Technically, they're still an Argonaut, because that's what I've been calling them in the writing. But I guess they're also not technically an Argonaut. In fact, I would love to show you guys some of the writing that I did. I shared this a little while ago in Discord. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. It's all pretty good, but I need one with, like, context. Here we go. Hold on. Grammarly does not work on this page because it's so... Oh, no, that's not it. Open Chrome. This is, don't pay attention over here. Don't look at that. That's spoilers. Here we go. Shemshul finally escapes the hustling crowd and is greeted with Charlie. Charlie tries to be friendly. Salutations, friend! But Shemshul grumpily interjects, talking about how hungover she is from decompression sickness. Don't you dare talk to me! God, not with how high-pitched your voice is. Why is there being no talking? Is it talking? God, Charlie, just stop. My head hurts. I'm dizzy, alright. She is dizzy for unknown reasonings? Shut up, man. I am being shutting for what? Close which one in here? Oh my god, and this is kind of funny. We are found to spend times. Shemshul groans. How are you, Charlie? I am being happy. I am seeing friendlings minutes away in line. What the hell does that even mean? What the fuck? It is a line happening of days. Oh my gosh, I love Charlie. The reason why Charlie is talking like that is because, it's funny. No, not because of that. It's because they're an Argonaut. You know, they're supposed to sound completely non-human. Like, they don't have a word for time, so they have to use other words to describe the same. Like, they, referring to Charlie, they understand, like, what time is, but they don't know the word for it. But they're like, okay, time, it's a line. I'm seeing the friendlings away in the line, aka previously. I saw friends a little while ago. I saw friendlings away in the line. I fucking love Charlie. I'm gonna hug him. Anyway. I forgot one more thing. Oh, animals. That could be fun. One last thing to talk about. right? I got everything? Bum, 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 ba, 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 ba. Oh, and by the way, all of Charlie's writing is like that. Like, it was really hard to balance Charlie having extremely distorted speech, but not so much that the reader can't, like, understand. Alright, Argonaut, we already talked about that. Scatterer. Alright, what the heck is a scatterer, Mr. Pyth? Let's get a nice green. Oh, I can show you guys a scatterer. Oh god, where is it? Oh jeez. Oh, here it is. This thing's a scatterer, and it's resting on one of those like waste bergs that I was talking about earlier. The fucking piss berg. As you can see, the sky, the yellow bit on the the top left, the top left corner of it, that's Jupiter's atmosphere. And it's yellow, because it's Jupiter. Yeah, this is just a scatterer. Don't pay attention to the finger coming out of its wing. That's not accurate, because I forgot how to draw wings. Just pretend the fingers are coming out of the hand. Please. Let's see. I'm looking at an image in Streamlabs. It's basically a goat, but its hoof became super elongated, so it's like super sharp, and it's super lightweight, so it just or however flying works. I don't know. I don't have wings. I wish I did though. God, fuck. No, not one of them. Let's see. Crassus. More like your asses. Got him. Crassus. Or Crassus. Oh my god. Oh, I put it. Oh. Oh, I didn't know it was this. Oh no. I'm stretching it. Who needs Crassus? We need to have Stretchus. Stretchus Maximus over here. Widus. That's about the proper proportion. Oh no, stop doing that. I'm used to holding down shift to keep things the same size, like same proportions as I'm sizing it up, but it doesn't work like that in Streamlabs. Ah! Oh! Oh! Anyway, the Crassus, it's a carnivorous. It's based off of carnivores of some sort, but it's a chiroptid. It's like a bat. It's a mammal. That's all you need to know. It's got a poofy tail, it screeches, and it's really tiny, and everyone fucking hates it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that. Yeah. And I need to start doing that in Credo. Oh, Skyry Floater. This is kind of a cool one. No, type if you know what's fucking good for you, Windows. No, not Skyfish. Skyreef fish. Oh, it fits. This is just a small fish. It's like this big. This thing here is called a zepplet. And not a zeppelin, it's like a zeppelin, but tiny. Oh, no. You don't have to lie to me, Potato. I know I've been boring you. No. You know, I hope you have a wonderful rest. I've been trying to get my sleep shit in order as well, too, lately. And I'm gonna tuck her out pretty soon as well. I thank you very much for coming and hanging out. And hopefully you won't use any of this knowledge for hoardy endeavors. You would never do that. I would never. Anyway, yeah. Notice the placement of the gills. Usually the gills would be before the forearm. No, I was meaning. I'm sure it's not because of me. I am just bursting with entertainment. I make no promises. Your Honor, I did not promise a single thing. Alright. Yeah, I'm actually getting pretty tuckered out myself. We'll look at the rest of the animals and then we might find someone to raid. Oh! Oh yeah, we already looked at the Ioka. Actually, let's not look at the fish. They're just fish with blimps on them. Oh, this is a cool one. Archaeus. This is cool. So, if the Scatterer were a goat, the Archaeus would be like a fucking bison. It's just... holy shit. I'm getting my dick knocked off. Holy moly. Yeah, this is just the Scatterer, but it's a bigger species. But it differentiated to the point where it's like not really considered a Scatterer anymore, so they were like, fuck it! It is now a different species. Technically, with cloud racing, you can use any animal that you want as long as it's an animal to race. And theoretically, given the size of Archaei, you could use them to race. But it's kind of like trying to use a zebra for horse racing. We don't use zebras for many reasons, and thus cloud racers don't use Archaei for the same reasons. It looks very cool, but not something you want to do. Oh shit, let's close that. Close this. I just want to look at the animals. Ooh, dichotomous. So there are giant fucking bugs in the Jovian atmosphere, and the Archaeus is one of them. This is about a meter and a half actually. Yeah, so about as tall as like the average Earth lady. Huge fucking bug. Technically, you could use these as well for cloud racing if you found a big enough one. Golden carapace. No eyes. They just sense the environment using feelers among their carapace. Their wings, made out of fucking plastic bag. Plastic? You could technically see their guts through their undercarriage here. But those basically are their guts. It's just filled with gas to keep them afloat, kind of. Think of how swim bladders work for fish. That's kind of what these bags of gas are gonna do. And they're the hottest part of the animal to make sure, because heat rises, right? If you're already in an atmosphere filled with hydrogen, you can't really, it's kind of hard to have a lighter gas than hydrogen, right? Like, in Earth's atmosphere, you could have helium. Helium balloons go up. Hydrogen balloons go up. But, again, if it's hydrogen, you can't really do that. But heat, it doesn't even have to be that much hotter. Ooh, we can actually look at the Zephyrus. Oh, baby. So imagine a normal blue whale, but with a bunch of gas bags sticking out of it. And it has this like glossy shine. There are these gems actually. So on Jupiter, if you get low enough, it actually starts raining shit like diamonds. I'll do it on the same layer. And it doesn't come from any particular cloud source. It's just because deep down in Jupiter's core, there's a bunch of shit churning, and huge upgusts of wind will bring all that material upwards, so you have all this pressurized carbon turning into diamonds, as well as nitrogen and some other shit. So when they get to a point, they start going back down. And there's diamonds, there's these things called azide gems. Oh god. I don't remember the chemical formula for it, but it's like nitrogen. It's like the nitrogen version, or ammonia version? Is it cyanide? I don't know, it's fucking one of these, maybe even both. It's probably an organocyanide. But it's a diamond, it's like fucking pressurized and shiny. It's not, it doesn't have like the table cut or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's just a precious gem, that's all. You know, it's special. And what happens is that these gems hit the skin of the Zephi and other animals as well. So they appear to be shiny and just fucking gorgeous because they're covered in this shit. And in fact, if this phenomena happened in the dim zone as opposed to the gaseous depths, like, Zephi do not live in Jupiter's upper atmosphere. They live way down there. They would probably be farmed and shipped all across the solar system. That's how valuable it is. Oh dear. No, Krita, why are you moving? Why are you moving, Krita? Oh shit, the blimp! Oh shit, the blimp! Oh my god, I fucking love this dumbass fish. Hold on. It is absolutely imperative you see this fish. Now, let go. There you go. This is the blimp, ladies and gentlemen. So, this actually wasn't engineered by humanity, at least not directly. Humanity made the other fish to have, like, the bags outside of their skin. The blimp, that's actually the name of this fish, by the way. It's actually called a fucking blimp. It decided, I don't need anything on top. I can just suck it in. But it has a lot of evolutionary downsides because that just makes it, like, super slow. I mean, look at the size of these fucking fins. It's like the sunfish of Jupiter's atmosphere. Look at this dumb fucking piece of shit animal. It's a miracle that these dumbasses, yeah, not dumbasses, dumb asses are not extinct. What an absolute shit tier animal. I love it. It's so fucking stupid. Oh shit. Oh, these little bastards. Oh! These little fucking bastards. So, these are actually super tiny creatures. They get really small. They're like bug-sized. You know, if you were like an exceptionally large bug. You know, this is like normal human size. That's about the size of a glass wing. Maybe a little bit smaller, but... and these guys are the flies, the fruit flies of Jupiter's atmosphere. They'll just swarm around any food source, it doesn't fucking matter. They just like to get into people's skyfish gardens. Oh god, I shouldn't point towards the crotch. Yeah, let's pretend that there's like a bunch of vegetation around here. People, and I'll show you guys the skyfish shortly. People, very especially professional, I guess any sort of cloud racer, they will make these gardens for their skyfish because skyfish are like dogs in more than one aspect. Like, they still have, like, the instinctual desire to see greenery, I suppose. They're a little above dog intelligence, but they're still, like, animalistic. Anyway, the glasswing, as you can see, it's actually quite similar to a skyfish, and that's because it's just like, I don't know, it's a bastardized version of it. Humans along the way were like, huh, let's make a dwarf, like, pygmy, little fucking mite version of the skyfish. That'll be awesome. And it just backfired, and there's no way to exterminate them, because they reproduce so quickly. And they don't need a lot to, like, think about cockroaches. A cockroach can live on a mote of dust for like 7 months. It's impossible to truly get rid of them. Let's see, this boy. Oh, right, the Palathon. Oh, and we can look at the devil actually after this. No, not Pelitajon, Palathon. How about you suck on my fat nuts, Mr. Windows? Oh shit, I forgot. Oh shit! I keep forgetting to deselect. Yeah, before you need to deselect before you put in a new image, or else it cuts it off, and it will make you very sad. Look at this little guy. Just another cephalopod. Oh, but I think he's very charming. What an upstanding gentleman. This is about 3 meters tall. So like a little over 9 foot, maybe even 10 foot tall. So like Valerie would stand here, and a normal human man might stand about here. So they're pretty large, but they're kind of like the Ioka, but for lower altitudes. All right, and then the devil. The devil is 120 meters in length. So it's extremely fucking large. Hello? You wanna... So the thing about the devil is that it wasn't engineered by humans, just like a few other animals on Jupiter. But this just kind of came out of nowhere. Most animals on Jupiter are green because of stuff like cyanide and ammonia, which are kind of like naturally that color. But the devil is stark red, and there's nothing that would produce this color, at least in the immediate composition of normal animals on Jupiter. So it's like, huh, that's fucking scary. I don't like that. Not like you would be able to see. But the only reason why people know precisely what devils look like is because sometimes, and these are extremely rare animals, they will just ascend. They come from the deepest stretches of Jupiter's atmosphere, but they just suddenly ascend. And of course doing so makes them appear way larger. Like they're 120 meters in length at the bottom of Jupiter's atmosphere. They can appear way fucking longer as they ascend. And eventually, when they get just above the cloud decks, they just fucking explode and it sends red shit everywhere. No one knows why the devils do this, but it sure is fucking horrifying. Oh god, yeah, look at that viscera. This actually isn't gore. Oh no. Green spike! Oh shit! These are intricate feelers that may or may not tell the devil, oh, okay, you know, what's making noise? Anything in the air around here? It doesn't have eyes, only a beak. And horrifying arms. It's like the giant squid, but way fucking worse. Alright. And to cap this lecture off, oh god, the police are onto me. I need to finish this up quick before they find me. This is a skyfish. Well, it's kind of a it's a wanderling-sized skyfish. You know, let me actually draw a wanderling. You know, this would be like the size. No. Yeah, the size of a wanderling next to a normal skyfish. Oh my god, that's cute. That's a cute fucking pose, my guy. Why the fur on the neck? Because it looks cute. Why not? Porque no furro a necco. Oh, that's cute. That's a really cute pose. You know, I'm gonna keep that. Fuck you. If Photos Viewer worked, I would gladly show you guys all the different designs that I made. Oh, there's let's save that for another lecture. I'm already very tired. But basically, skyfish have like different breeds. Oh, and in fact, we looked at this picture earlier. But this is what a skyfish proportioned, or a human proportioned skyfish would look like. Lots of fur, very long. In fact, well, okay, so this skyfish is named Bobby. He has 2 heads, and he's a special needs skyfish. He needs a lot of help getting around for, he actually has one very large brain, but 2 different consciousnesses, consciousnessi. Huge wingspan. Oh, and in fact, let me find it. I actually made a size diagram, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I did. Update. Update! Oh yeah, these people aren't actually naked. They're just, it's Barbie doll anatomy. It's not TOS, I promise. I promise. It's just Barbie doll anatomy. So Garium here, let me move Garium. Garium here is 6'2", or about 190 centimeters tall. This skyfish here is Garium's mount, and among the smallest of all the skyfish. The breed of Garium skyfish is a Nordigal, and that basically means they're a low altitude northern species meant for like high endurance flying instead of high speed flying. Which is why the membrane stretches all the way back to the almost to the tip of the tail. Like most skyfish. Let me turn off the characters. Most skyfish, their membranes would end about here. I know. Listen, I need to prove that it's not junk. But yeah, oh, what's the fucking, what's the, oh god. Oh, okay. What's the wingspan on this fat bitch? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, so about like 12 meters. That's a lot of meters. That's like, the wingspan is the fucking height of a T-Rex. Like, if I turn this image 90 degrees, you could fit a T-Rex. Holy moly, that's like huge. And it only gets bigger with the size of the racer, like Valerie here. Anyway, I'm super tired. Let's go find someone to, not annoy. We would never annoy someone. I must thank you all for, oh dear. We're just chilling out. Oh, baby! I know exactly who we're gonna go raid. I hope that you all have a wonderful night. I had a lot of fun. I didn't know that the the lore stream would be as well received. I thought it was gonna be like, I thought you guys wouldn't be interested at all. Hey, thank you for coming, you little cutie. You're awesome, Udinho. We're gonna go raid Coral, or Killer. They're speedrunning Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which is a game I want to speedrun goodly. So show them some support. They're really good at it. Like, they're really fucking good at it. I hope everyone has a really good night. I'm gonna go fucking eat!